Hey, hi, hello. My name is Jerusalem Truth. I am an artist, business owner, tarot reader, astro hoe, hoodoo baby, and woo woo lady, and I would love to give you a very personal welcome to this channel, Temperance Apothecary. This is my YouTube wing of my business where I sell body butters, teas, and candles with new releases coming in April. Today, I am doing a pick a pile for what can we expect and what are we working on for the next 30 days. I thought it would be really cool to, of course, tap into the new energy for April, though this is timeless whenever you watch it, and also get into the weeds of what is it we are specifically working on within our 3 piles. I thought it would be really cool to ask Spirit, as I toss this eyelash curler to the side, what is it that we are working on and that we can expect for the next 30 days. So if that sounds like something that interests you, make sure to click ahead, select your pile, but also if you'd like a personal reading with me, I perform 30 and 60-minute readings for folks for general life forecasts, love and romance, and career and finance, as well as specialized 45-minute and 90-minute readings for creatives, artists, and entrepreneurs. If any of that sounds interesting, those details are also below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for clicking into this timeless pick a card for pick a pile reading, where we are looking ahead to what can we expect for the next 30 days. Okay, we have the star. I'll put them kind of out of camera view since they're naked. Ooh, okay, Spirit. All right. Okay, pile 1. We got a lot going on. But can I just get 3 cards from Spirit for what we can expect for the next 30 days? Did this want to come out? Oh, these 2 wanted to come out. Cool. Okay. That's really, really cool. And then with our Neo Tarot deck, Spirit, can you give us some clarity and insights into what we are working on for the next 30 days? And once I get these, we'll get into the interpretations. 1, 2, 3. 2 of Wands on the bottom and Strength on the bottom of the Modern Witch Tarot. These actually go like that. So let's flip this over for what we're working on. Ooh, okay. First of all, immediately, since we have a feeling, we already know what we're meant to be working on. We don't need new marching orders. There's nothing coming in new pile 1. The moon reversed followed by that 7 of Pentacles actually implies to me that you are in the midst of the work that you are already meant to be doing. So yeah, 9 of Wands, you know, and it feels like a struggle, and it feels like all my life I have to fight. But what you are working on this for the next 30 days, pile 1, is your work. Yeah, you're not starting something new, pile 1. I'm not getting a sense that you are having a revelation that's making you do things completely differently and switch up your systems. Yeah, you're in a, I don't want to say you're in a bad way, pile 1, but you're working on closing a chapter where you previously feel like you had to struggle for everything. Like literally all my life, I had to fight. The camera is a little dark today because of the time I'm recording, so I'll put these over here. But let's focus on these first 3. What can we expect for the next 30 days? For the next 30 days, pile 1, you can expect consistent effort and communication that rejuvenates you, that restores you. You, this month or for the next 30 days, pile number 1, can expect the work that you put in. I want to try to cover this, but I want to hold the star card so you can see it here. The work that you are putting in, the healing work that you have already done, is present and it's taken root. And you actually are so used to maybe presenting it slowly or have been hesitant to present the healing work that you have done to the world, whether that's through relationship, work, creativity, maybe I heard music, that feels very personal, that you want to put out. And so you have been doing that healing work very solitary, but also kind of slowly exposing it to the world. But for the next 30 days, Pile 1, you can expect intense and abrupt. Those aren't the words I want to use, but those are the words I'm hearing. Intense and abrupt communication and movement towards an end, actually, what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm thinking. You are going to see abrupt movement and communication towards what it is you have already been doing for your work. Does that make sense? That feels so vague. And of course, the collective is vast, so the message will hit different people differently. But first and foremost, I'm getting, especially with the star card that jumped out, Pile 1, your priorities and what you can expect. You saw that. It flipped right back over, so I'm not actually going to take it. But what you can expect for the next 30 days, Pile 1, is I keep hearing fruits of your labor. That's been the theme of all the readings I've done thus far. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not about luck either. Yeah, you've been doing the work. Pile 1, High Priestess reversed. So what you can expect in the next 30 days is not some sudden shift or flip to switch, so to speak, as it is for you to live in the balance that you already have, because you're already doing the work, as we saw in this pile. But from what you can expect, you actually don't need to work any harder, and it's not even about catching a break, so to speak. You just need to keep pouring into yourself. I'm going to cover their body, but you see how they're pouring water both into the pond with their foot being there, but they're also pouring water here on the earth, and it's watering the grass, and then their foot is also in grass. And then you have this 2 of Pentacles here. I almost said 10 of Pentacles, so maybe that resonates with somebody. And I'm nosy, so I want to see. Yeah, 2 of Swords. You know what you got to do, Pile 1. You know, and maybe that's the reason it feels so abrupt, because there's really not much else to say except to keep doing your big one, right? We have, oh, I forgot that the 7 of Pentacles came up in our Neo Tarot deck. It came out reversed in the Modern Witch Tarot. So I take that as you are continuing the work that you're doing, but you see here how in this one, they're looking almost like downtrodden at their pentacles. They're like, ugh, when is it gonna grow? When is it gonna grow? But that came out reversed. Whereas this Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, they aren't even necessarily looking at the pentacles or the plant that they're watering, but they're looking and feeling it while looking outward. And if we set it up how we had it earlier, the 7 of Pentacles is looking towards this moon and asking, ugh, so there's nothing else I'm supposed to do? There's not another message. There's not another revelation. No, Pile 1, you already know what you're meant to be doing. I'm going to keep this World card out, but reshuffle. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. And it feels like, Pile 1, you actually would rather prefer that, because starting over seems easy. Starting over actually seems difficult, but it's the easier thing to do when you've put in so much time, effort, and energy into a specific outcome already. That's not to say you don't use your discernment and learn and feel when you need to, when you need a bygone to be bygone, but it also can be just as rewarding, if not more so, to stay the course and to really sit with yourself through the work that is necessary so that you can see the completion of what it is that you're doing. So let's clarify. These 2 wanted to come out. 3 of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, I'm going to put the Lovers under here so you don't see their naked bodies. But exactly, you know where you're going, Pile 1. And maybe you clicked on this video. Sometimes I do it as well, so it is no judgment. But maybe you clicked on this video because you wanted an assignment, right? Sometimes when I get really in my head or really just want to avoid the task at hand that I know I have to accomplish, I will go watch tarot videos and subliminals and try to get a new download, versus sometimes the message is do the work that pays you. And maybe that's not a physical payment, in the capitalist way, but do the work that feeds you, that fuels you, and that feels true to where you are. You already are doing that work, pile one. And what you can expect in the next 30 days is to stay the course of that and find the balance between maybe the hesitation, but dedication you have put forth with movement and communication. Nobody can help you or support you if they don't know what you're doing. Someone told that to me recently. So with the star though, I know that you're already doing the good work. And this Two of Pentacles, I guess summarizing the spread from the Modern Witch Tarot, is telling us that you're making it look sexy, but it's a balance for sure. You see how they're dressed up and they have on their cute open toe heels and this dress, but the act of balancing these pentacles is actually like quite strenuous. It's harder than it looks to hold your position, pile one. And I don't know if anyone has told you, but I am so proud of you for doing so. I almost forgot. Oops, to interpret the last cards over here. This Nine of Wands clarified by the Lovers. I don't want to show it because they're naked. You think you have to do this by yourself. Oh, and there's your timer for confirmation. You think you have to do this by yourself, pile number one, and you don't. So what you can expect in the next 30 days as well with these Knights are folks coming towards you here to support you in the work that you're doing, and folks that are ready to sing your praises, folks that want to give you compliments and tell you, pile one, you're doing a great freaking job. Do you know that? So to close out, let's get an affirmation that you can take with you for these next 30 days. All that I need flows to me with ease. It is exactly that, pile one. And on the bottom of the deck, I am a whole ass vibe. It's so dark in here, but it's still true. So remember that all you need flows to you with ease. And so for the next 30 days, feed and pour into yourself and the world around you, and people are literally on their way to you. So you can expect folks to come slowly, to come quickly, but definitely come all together to witness the beauty of your balancing act, because you're already doing it, pile one. You don't need another assignment. You just need to sustain your vision. Hold the pose and allow yourself to complete the chapter. It's already done, pile one. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading and it resonated with you. If you have gotten to the end of this, comment an infinity symbol or the little blue spiral down below to show that you are in the act of finding homeostasis while in motion. So I will talk to you later, pile one. I hope you have a great rest of your day and an amazing next 30 days. Make sure you come back and tell me what happened. Bye. Hi, pile two. Now, don't tell pile number one. But I actually forgot to do an interpretation for their reading based on the image that they selected. So I have to go back and do that. But for you, pile two, I remembered. So what comes to mind as to what you can expect for the next 30 days is expect folks to be on their P's and Q's. Expect people to remember the little details about you, or maybe pay a little more attention to what they are offering you, their interactions with you, and the time they are spending with you. They want to be really intentional with that and make sure they're coming correct. Now, okay, I pulled up your picture, pile two. I know it's on the screen as well. But what can you expect for the next 30 days, and what are you working on for the next 30 days? Just picking up from this card, you can expect to be the omniscient observer. That is exactly what I heard in my mind and in my ear. You can expect, especially with this person here, surrounded by all this amazing greenery and very bohemian feeling space, but also it seems like it has makeup or maybe products that you can buy. It looks like a little shop of sorts, and they're concealing their own face with the camera. The next 30 days, your focus is actually on the world around you and making sure that your space and your environment and the people and places you are with are aligned. So you yourself already are protected and grounded and frankly sitting pretty, right? Like I'm looking at their nadir, the evil eye, and their crystal bracelets and all this amazing stuff. And so It very much is giving that you, pile 2, can expect others to be paying extra attention to you while you are turning that same observant eye out to the world. So with that being said, pile 2, that is what I got from the image. Let's go ahead and hit the table and get you a few cards. Another way, I'm telling you, pile 2, people are on it with you this month. I remembered I needed to turn on the light before I started recording on the table so you could see the cards better. So people are really stepping up their game. Like, they really want to make sure they're coming correct and presenting you with and in the best possible way and giving you the best information, the best setup, the best table. Things are really coming to you with ease, pile 2, for these next 30 days. So let's get your first 3 cards. Spirit aligned with the collective that is watching. Okay, pile 2. What can pile 2 expect for the next 30 days? Okay, they both wanted to come out. Do we want one more? Ooh, what did I say? You're having your way, pile 2. You want one more? I'm going to give you one more. Yeah. 8 of Swords reversed. The Hierophant at the middle of the deck. All right. I love to see it. Let's get some cards from the Neo Tarot deck as to what are you working on for the next 30 days, pile 2. May I get 3 cards, Spirit, for what pile 2 is working on? Ooh, y'all are very particular. I feel like I'm shuffling more than usual. There's not a lot of jumpers. Like, Spirit is being very specific and very intentional with the messages and with the cards they want me to pull. May I get one more card, Spirit, for what pile 2 is working on in these next 30 days? Okay, what is that? Intentional. The Sun, be for real. With the 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Exactly. You know what? It fell. So I'll keep it. What's in the middle? 4 of Pentacles. And the Chariot. Yeah. Okay, pile 2. Let's get this party started. Ooh, all right. What can you expect for the next 30 days, pile 2? Turn that TV off is what I hear. Like, you are taking no prisoners and suffering no fools. The first 2 cards we got, the Queen of Swords and Judgment, which you may have a message in pile 1 for you, so make sure to go check that out. But as our first 2 cards, yeah, you mean big business these next 30 days. What you can expect is a divine sense of potent clarity. And I'm very, very specific about saying potent because this Queen of Swords, you see how they have their hand out, kind of like, you may proceed, continue. You are all about your checks and balances for the next 30 days. You want to make sure that you're not missing anything that's meant to be reviewed. You're not overlooking any relationships. And quite frankly, pile 2, almost at pile 3, so there's that. But quite frankly, pile 2, you're playing it close to your chest. You know what you got. You can't find nothing nowhere else. What I actually heard is, what you want, baby, I got it. And you know you got it, pile 2. And because you know you got it, you aren't necessarily willing to just give it away or splurge it, right? You are being very precarious, but very particular, as I was saying, about who, what, where, and how you are sharing your gifts, your insight, your clarity, because these swords, you got the 8 of Swords reversed. They've fallen away. You already know what you need to do and how you need to do it, pile number 2. So we love to see that. Let's see what you're working on for the next 30 days. Oh, wow. Hilarious. You're shining and having a good time with your people. The first 2 cards, Knight of Cups reversed, 7 of Cups reversed. And then the Sun, yeah, you aren't letting confusion or illusion or disillusionment stop you. And you also are not running around like a chicken with your head cut off at all the different options and places and things that you could do, right? All right, pile 2, I had to come back. to let folks in. So maybe that's also what you're working on. You're letting this has been a recurring song, so y'all gotta go check it out. But Let the Sun Shine In by The Fifth Element. It's Let the Sun Shine In / Age of Aquarius. That is what this is giving you. What you are working on for the next 30 days, pile 2, is not some pipe dream, not something you are just coming up with and running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And it's also not something you are necessarily presenting to the world, though you are presenting it and talking about it within your community, right? With this 3 of Cups. You are shining, 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 yeah, shining, yeah. And you are doing it with the people you love, the people that pour into you, the people that help you shine brighter, right? You aren't necessarily racing in, Knight of Cups, here you go, here's my creative idea, here's the amazing things that I'm doing. You off that. You also are not moving or operating from a place of confusion either, pile 2. You are experiencing immense clarity. The Sun, especially coupled with this Queen of Swords, if the math wasn't mathing before you got there, I think they need to go back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? These cards both give me and make me think of clarity in 2 different ways. One with the Queen of Swords. She makes me think of when you turn the lights up at the end of the night at the club. Right? Any space, really. When you're closing out an event, everyone's having a great time. Maybe it was dark, maybe it was sultry. But at the end of the day, or end of the night rather, you have to turn the lights up so you can see where you're going to get outside. And so you know the best way, okay, that exit is full or that exit is taken. Or when you're leaving a concert, that's what comes to mind too. And the concert is over, they've done their encore. And as everyone's emotions are settling, that's when they're like, oh yeah, let me figure out how I'm gonna go. Or maybe we should wait here while everyone else clears out, etc. And the Sun is clarity as far as the sun shining on you, right? So you're externalizing this clarity by surveying your land, taking on this judgment energy, this wake-up call energy of seeing what's who, where, how, why, and sorting it accordingly. You know, the 4 of Pentacles, they talk about it being a card of holding back. And that is true to an extent. In this reading, I'm getting that for the next 30 days, pile 2, you're truly assessing what it is you got and what you have to offer, and you're being very judicious about who, where, and how you are sharing it. And that's the work you're meant to do. The work you're meant to do is allow the sun to shine on you, but be very specific and particular about who and what you allow to enjoy with you, right? Warmth, or having warmth on your skin, the sun touching your skin, being on the beach, being outside, that is rejuvenating, that is refueling you. And the best people to do that with, the best folks to do that with, are folks you truly enjoy. And you can't do that solitary, and you can't do that when you're running around with confusion. There's clarity coming as far as the work that you're meant to do. Where is the work? What is the work that makes you feel the most visible, even when it's uncomfortable? Pile 2. And who and where can you go to be supported in you doing that work? Whether it's speaking, it's posting more, you might be like me and have a production schedule and a calendar. But either way, you are cutting out and cutting off all confusion. And you also aren't necessarily being naive and just giving it out. That's the second time I've said that. So if you know what you've got is special, you have to be the one to preserve it so that you can build on it. Pile 2. Let's finish with an affirmation. These readings are very specific. Yours for sure. Like, you made me sit up straight and really come correct, pile 2. So I'm grateful for your energy. And if no one's told you, I love you and I love how you do what you do. Okay, pile 2? And that's on period. Okay, what do we get? We got... My vulnerability and ability to feel fearlessly are my superpowers. Exactly, pile 2. And on the bottom of the deck, I release my grip. Oh, that isn't even it, but I guess I needed to read it. On the bottom of the deck, it said, I recognize and stand in my power more and more every day. So there may be a message in pile 1 for you, but this is the card I picked up. I release my grip on the things that I cannot control. I'll take that as your marching order for the month, right? When we do experience and feel clarity, it is like, it's clarifying, right? It's like the best thing. You can hear better and everything sounds louder and you maybe taste more foods. I don't know where that came from, so this may be resonating with you. But with that can come a rigidity. And I do think that this affirmation, I release my grip on the things I cannot control, is a reminder that yes, take your clarity and observe and have your wake up call time and use your discernment to cut and adjust accordingly where you need to, and recognize that your vulnerability and even what allows you to feel, because people forget that the Queen of Swords still has to feel in order to be clear. She just knows when to prioritize her mind over her feelings and vice versa, right? So it's still very much your superpower to feel and feel fearlessly. And your power that you're standing in from the sun and with the people in this Three of Cups energy with you is amazing, and it's fortifying you. And it's making you want to hold on to what you got, but you release at the same time the grip you have on what you can't control. All you can control is yourself, your actions, your feelings, emotions, right? Like there's a Venn diagram I have in my head that I can't think of specifically right now, pile 2. But if I do, I will add it here, where all you can control is yourself, and all you can control is within this bubble. So make sure that is where you are applying your superpowers and not to things beyond that. So thank you so much for watching, pile 2. If you'd like a personal reading with me, make sure to book down below in the description for 30 or 60-minute readings in career and finance, love and romance, or life forecasts. And if you're an entrepreneur, creative, or artist, I have custom 45-minute and 90-minute readings for you as well. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below a air horn if this message resonated with you, pile 2. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. First things first, what you can expect for the next 30 days. A lot of movement around you. A lot of movement and maybe a lot of messages coming from unexpected places. First and foremost, as I got ready to record this part of your reading where I interpret based on the image, a siren went off out of nowhere. And it was just one, like no other ones. They weren't woo woo, nothing, just one long siren. And then I went to press record, and then a car came by that was playing their music outside. And it was just very brief. Like they weren't, I don't know if they turned down our block or hit a U-turn or something. And then there's also someone working in my bathroom, and I can just hear him more now in your reading. So I don't know, maybe things are turned up a little bit for you for the next 30 days, pile 3. And the first thing I get just looking at your image is that you are taking it all in. It's not disrupting you. It's actually meeting you where you're at. Like this visual of the person looking up and kind of off into the distance while clearly having sketched themselves. It almost implies to me that they're looking in a mirror, right? Because how can you draw yourself without seeing yourself? And they're surrounded by this beautiful green and this orange couch, so it's that pop of color. But for the most part, it just feels very nourishing, like their home. I wanted to say they're warm. Their home seems very warm. And I, in my mind, just heard, thought, what have you, how the color green is the heart chakra as well, pile 3. So in the next 30 days, you can expect to come up for air from what it is that you are doing and how you've been working on yourself. And when you come up for air, that's when you can look around and see just how much has grown and just how much is going on, right? Because like I said, those sirens and the music and the sounds kind of picked up when I started to do your reading. So I can imagine, and even as I'm looking at this picture, see there's a bird. I can imagine, even as I'm looking at this picture, that the person drawing took a second to look up to both observe the mirror, but even in, like I'm saying, with the noises and different things happening, it almost looks like they're looking up to look around and see, oh, did I miss something, while they were working on this drawing that is of themselves. So that is what I got from your image, pile 3. Let's get into some cards. Okay, pile 3. Let's start, or we have been starting with the, Modern Witch Tarot. Do you want me to take these 3 cards? All right. So that's what you can expect for the next 30 days. And then I have been using the Neo Tarot deck for messages about what we are working on for the next 30 days. Pile 2, and I almost said pile 3. So yeah, it applies to you too. Pile 1 and pile 2 were very specific in their messages. And that's just the vibe. That's what I'm getting from this pick a card. So let's get your messages. Pile 3, Spirit. May I have 2 more cards for the collective to talk about what they're working on. These 2. 7 of Cups reversed. That came out in pile 2. So yeah, you actually may have a message for you in pile 2. But let's start with what you can expect for the next 30 days. Oh, pile 3. Let me get a clarifier. Oh, okay. May I get one more? I just want to see if I'm really thinking what I'm thinking. I get one more card, Spirit. We can get plain on what pile 3 can expect. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, man. Okay, the next 30 days, I don't know if you're dating anyone, pile 3, but that's a dub. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's not bad news. It's spring cleaning, okay? Let's be specific. I'm going to be very specific. The reason I even feel comfortable saying that pile 3 is the first card I got for you was the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, clarified by the Strength card. Something told me to pull one more. We got the King of Wands reversed. You're turning down suitors left and right. Something I also noticed, which feels very poignant and relevant, is that this Queen of Pentacles, I saw the little bunny in the corner first. And I said, oh, it kind of made me think of like the bunny falling, right? Like usually they're upright like this, and then it's turned down. And then to be clarified by the Strength card, baby, that's because you used to be a crash out, huh, pile 3. You're used to really turn it up on people. And again, I say that because the Queen of Pentacles is very calm, very composed. You see how she has her 1 pentacle surrounded by her rose garden, and she has her bunny. The bunny's looking off to the side, but bunnies for the most part are very gentle prey animals. And so that may be how you have been coming across to folks. Maybe that's the energy you've been trying to cultivate and really ground yourself into. And it's not working. And it's okay that it's not working, pile 3, because you actually are conjuring up some new-ish, okay? But these folks, these knights, this knight and this king, I don't know who they is. I'm being gender expansive. But they not it. That's not it. You messing with an Aries right now, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, tropical, or sidereal. Actually, sidereal. You messing with a sidereal fire sign. I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but yeah, go ahead and let that go, baby. Go ahead and let that go, stink. And it's okay, because you're not letting it go to then be down and out for the count. You're letting it go to preserve your own strength and your own courage. Because there are times and instances where we are complicit in staying in relationships and staying in places and talking and connected to people who don't serve us. People who actually, like when I think of the King and the Knight of Wands reversed, irritate the hell out of us. And I mean get under our skin. I'm talking about the people who know exactly what to say, exactly what to do, exactly how to piss you off, especially in a romantic or sexual context. Now, these can be folks from everywhere, but I'm thinking romantic because this Knight of Cups, which we will get to. But first and foremost, pile 3, you're feeling your own beat for the next 30 days. What you can expect for the next 30 days is actively rejecting the people that are not willing to meet you where you are and the people who have taken your groundedness, your foundation, your kind of fortitude and self-possession for granted. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. I apologize for cussing, but it's true. Sometimes you have to show people, I really could eat you up right now. This lion could really just, pop off. Like if we wanted to stage the cards in the story, this is the story. This strength, you're actually looking back at yourself and you're saying, wow, I handled that a lot better than I have in the past. Because I think it's something to be said about the fact that the queen is reversed, but so is the knight, right? Like you're not completely thrown or kicked off of your throne as much as you are deciding, you know what? I am brave enough. I am self-possessed enough to know I'm gonna keep it cute. And the only way for me to keep it cute is to keep my beast, that has been a recurring theme for me with the strength card, is to keep my inner beast happy, to feed my inner shadow. Shadow, that may be the better word. Sometimes the best way to help somebody and to spare somebody is to keep it cute and to keep your own energy to yourself, even when they deserve for you to pop off on them, right? The Magician also came out, and that's why I say you're finna be on some new-ish pile 3. I just heard a ringing in my ear, so take that as confirmation. But you are conjuring up relationships, spaces, experiences that really align with where you are, that don't upset your shadow, that don't want you to get out of body. They don't want that, because you are raising your wand and recognizing that you have all the tools. You have all the tools you need to get exactly where you need to be. But before we can do any of that, pile 3 for the next 30 days, you can expect to go ahead and lay it down, baby. Just lay it on down. Don't overwork yourself. Don't stress yourself. What I just heard, it's in patois, and I'm sure everyone says it, but it's almost like the elder Jamaican lady, your Jamaican auntie say, rest your body, rest your front, rest your brain. That's what you could expect for the next 30 days, pile 3. And when you do, though, you're able to then get up with your cup, and you're able to get up and move forward. And the Knight of Cups isn't the most fast moving, but it's not the slowest either. So it's giving me a hint of recovery, right? These next 30 days, you are recovering from whatever foolishness somebody tried to get you tied up in, and you're taking your strength and your magic, and you're allowing yourself to hibernate and sit with it and sit in it. But then only then can you get up and still keep going. Sometimes you just get knocked down. You get roughed up a little bit, but you ain't got to completely be down and out for the count. You know what I mean? Pile 3. And there's your timer for your confirmation. And we haven't even gotten to this second set of cards. That's how I know y'all really hitting on something for these next 30 days, because no one else's pile has been this thorough or complete. So what are you working on these next 30 days, pile 3? Not a goddamn thing. You are not, let me not say that. Can I get a clarifier, Spirit? Okay, that was a clarifier. I saw the sun. I don't know if y'all saw the sun. Yeah, see, 5 of Cups reverse just dropped out. Is that supposed to be upright? I think that's supposed to be upright, actually. No, yeah, it is. Boom. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a message in pile 2 for you, so go check that out. But the next 30 days, pile 3, you can expect to get over it. And I know that probably doesn't sound good, because, oh, well, what do you mean if there was just a heartbreak or loss or complicated situation? How do you just get over it? You'd be surprised how quickly and easily you heal when you allow yourself to feel your feelings. Like, you actually grieve faster. You get over it faster by allowing yourself to go through whatever emotions that come up, because your emotions, your feelings are excellent. Case in point, pile 3. I am nearing the end or rounding third on your reading, and the camera said, battery exhausted. You're not working on a goddamn thing, pile 3, but that's because you are meant to really be sitting with yourself for the next 30 days and allowing yourself to grieve whatever it is, whatever relationships, whatever cords that are being cut, that are changing and morphing, because sometimes that's painful too. Like, we just don't like the idea of shit switching up around us. I was going to say from under us. It feels like the floor may be shifting or someone pulled the rug from under you, pile 3. But when you allow yourself to feel your feelings, even when it's frustration, even when it feels like nothing is working out for you, even when it's like, oh my gosh, I've lost my foundation, you feel insecure, literally. When you allow yourself to grieve your cups, that is when and only then are you able to turn around and say, oh, I still have these 2 cups left. And then that's when motion happens. Not motion in the like, oh, you got motion, pile 3, but you are able to move after you have sat with the grief, after you have sat with the hard feelings, after you have poured. Hello, pile 3. So another way I know you can expect to not work on anything, or at least be taking your time when working on things, is because the camera died, or was starting to die during your reading, and I kept going. Usually I have a couple minutes before it fully dies, but it cut off almost immediately, like battery exhausted, screen cut off. So I plugged it in. I tried to record while plugging in, which also works sometimes, but this time it was not working. So I really had to stop recording, take the camera, well, leave the camera on the tripod, but really stop recording, put it on the charger, and not do anything else. I ended up editing videos and doing some other stuff, but it felt even more aligned with your message that pile 3, you are getting over whatever and whomever has disappointed you, those who have disappointed you and broken your heart. I was struggling and maybe hesitant to say it, but that's what I hear. There are folks who have really, or situations, maybe old memories that really have you grieving, but not in that 3 of Swords heartbreak grieving that comes up, but the result of it, right? The next step, the 4 of Swords. So the incident has happened or is happening, and you seem to know what it is. It's very logical. It's not something you maybe would be unsurprised by. That Knight of Cups reversed again, and the 9 of Wands came out again. So yeah, you're tired, pile 3. So the work you can expect, or what you can work on, what you can expect to be working on in the next 30 days, pile 3, is really allowing yourself to rest and get away from whoever this King of Wands is. And maybe it's you. Maybe you got to check yourself for working, running, zipping, all that doodah, and lay down so that you can come back refreshed, so that the year doesn't take off on you and you don't take off with it. You know? The Spirit may get one more card to speak to what pile 3 we'll be working on over the next 30 days. Yeah, strife. But you're starting over. Queen of Wands under the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you got this, pile 3. Just like you have the Magician and Strength up here. You are going it solo. Yep, hermit mode. You're going solo. You're introspecting. See, 10 of Swords reversed in the middle of the deck. You're pulling the swords out of your back, out of your heart, out of your mind, and allowing your heart to heal. And in that healing, in that rest that you're taking right now, pile 3, you're able to come back refreshed and still intact with your feelings, right? Just because something breaks doesn't mean that it can't be repaired. Or maybe it's a crack, but you only know that if you sit somewhere, pile 3. So let's end your reading with an affirmation. Ooh, 1 card. Spirit, thank you. Okay. I don't empower my fears. I overcome them. Yeah, pile 3. Whatever it is you're afraid of, what has happened, the worst that has happened, my chapstick fell on the floor. The worst that has happened, pile 3, has happened. You don't have to be afraid of the other shoe dropping. It's already happened. You can lay down, rest, lick your wounds, tend to yourself. and be okay. And then this came up. I attract success and new opportunities effortlessly. That's that Knight of Cups energy. Yeah, you're going to be all right, pile 3. You are going through a bit over the next 30 days, but it's not even the thing itself. March, it might have been hectic, but in April, you are taking rest from it. You're recapping, reflecting, introspecting, and coming back at it stronger, more abundant, more attractive to the things that you want and the things that grow you and heal you and love you and pour back into you. So that was your reading, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. Comment do they have a glass of water? Comment some kind of water in the comments below if you made it all the way here. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I do 30-minute and hour-long readings for career and finance, love and romance, and general life forecasts, as well as 45 and 90-minute customized creativity readings. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please let me know, and you can use the information down below to get in touch with me. Hope you have a good day. Bye.